Good afternoon. Welcome to QueenVersation. Welcome to my YouTube channel. I am so glad that you tune into this video and I hope that it blesses you. So the name of my channel is QueenVersation. I named it QueenVersation because of, firstly, I'm a queen, and when queens meet and they have different conversation, they heal each other, they help each other, they empower each other, they inspire each other. And like I said on my previous video, that I want to inspire in my channel. Like, I want my channel to be inspiring. I want to speak about things that I've been through, things that I've overcome, the tools and the techniques and the wisdom that I've learned along the way that have prepared me and have helped me to elevate my life into the place where I am now. So conversation is one of the things that break marriages, that kill marriages. The lack of conversation kill marriages. It's one of the things that 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 even within family, within a parent and a child, the lack of conversation could cause a child and a parent to drift apart if the conversation are not honest and they are not real, and they are not they are not carried out in a way that's supposed to be to inspire. So I wanted to name my channel QueenVersation because I wanted to have edifying conversation in this channel. I wanted to have conversation that there's someone else who relates to them. And I know that it's impossible that one person can be relatable to everyone. And I mean, I don't it's not that I relate to every person that I meet on the way, but that there are people that when I watch their channel, and I mean, one that comes to mind is my beautiful sister Bumi Ledwaba. I mean, I bumped into her, I think 2 or 3 months ago, and I was so inspired because I've been meaning to do this YouTube channel, and I want it to be, the conversations to be about faith, to be about motherhood. I'm a mother, to be about entrepreneurship, to be about growth, to anything to do with growth of your mental growth, your physical growth, and your spiritual growth. That's what I want this channel to be. And I believe that it is through conversations that we grow as human beings and we are able to grow each other. And so, QueenVersation, I so one instance, one example that came to me, or the event that came to me, was, so when I finished high school, I went to stay with my grandmother, and I had no idea what I was going to do with my life. I had no clue whatsoever. And so there's this woman who came in, I'm from a Christian family, so there's a lot of there was a lot of people who come in because it's a mission house to they wanted, maybe to go to my uncle's church, or they heard about in whatever, but something around church. And so this woman's name was Unomkosi. And so we started talking, and I told her, that I don't know what I'm going to do in my life, and she told me, about varsity, because I did not have a career guidance when I was at school. So I felt like when I finished high school, I felt stuck, like, okay, so now what? And she told me about varsity. I remember I made up my mind on the way, on the queue to registration, and I was just going through the browser quickly, what is it that I'm going to study, and my eyes were just stuck on this IT, and now I was worried if my points would allow me to enroll for that course. But I registered, and then, okay, I was accepted, and I studied that year. And that woman, I met her then. I registered for a course, and the following year, our contacts we lost contacts. But what she did for me, and the things that she told me, I believe that, you know, God sent her to me for that specific reason, which is why I've come and I've grown to realize that, you know, sometimes we write things like, um you know, when relationship fall apart, or when people drift apart, that I've evolved, negative people no longer in my life. Sometimes it's really not that. Sometimes you know, when God show us who people are, sometimes we don't see, and we stick around until the relationship really falls apart, where we get into an argument, and you realize that, you know, you've lost respect for each other. But we relationship had, you know, had fallen apart a long time before it actually did, because when you look back and you realize that you probably were forcing things. Because I remember when I had my child, when I had my first daughter. I have two kids, a son and a boy. When I had my daughter, I remember I had my daughter on my first real job. I with within 3 or 4 months. I started at my job when I was 5 months pregnant, and so 4 months down the line I had a child, and I had just started working, and I was enjoying my money. We used to go out and have we used to have every Thursday where this eats as much as you want, ribs, and we would go out on weekends and all those things. But when I had a daughter, I couldn't do that anymore. And some of the friends that I had then, they were single, and I remember that thinking that there's no way that I can afford to go out every Saturday, you know, with people whom I have to make plans on what to do with the kid. I have to make plans on I have different priorities than they do. And I mean, as much as those relationships were not a drama when they fell apart, but that's just what life is. People grow into different um they take different paths, and they have different interest, and some lose different interest, and your path takes you in a certain direction that you cannot carry on being friends with certain people. And sometimes when we say things like as if the people, our relationship that fell apart was toxic and what, sometimes it just wasn't toxic. And so that's why this channel is called QueenVersation. I aim to have conversations and interactive conversation where I'm hoping to learn. I'm learning, and I'm learning from a lot of YouTubers, and some people are speaking life into my life. And it is, I feel that it's, like I said in my other video, that it's I have a responsibility to, you know, that there are certain things that I can explain in a different way is when I get them. So I feel that I should also contribute to, maybe there's someone who is going to be empowered and inspired, whether to start that business, whether to you know, to live their lives with intention, whether to take, you know, the necessary steps of making their lives better too. And so welcome to QueenVersation, and we are going to have a whole lot of conversation around faith, around motherhood, spirituality, and all things entrepreneurship, leadership. I'm a leader myself, and so please be blessed, and I will see you on my next video. Take care.